I command you to swap locations. Remove your hands from the case, please.
I've never seen anybody dead. I've never seen anyone killing themselves. And the person I'm looking is actually my child. My child, I want to scream at the screen, please stop, don't do this, don't jump. But it's too late. And then you just see his body fall on the floor and his body just bounce, and then that's it. He would just come downstairs. I'm like, you okay? He'll be like, yeah, I'm fine, mom. He'll be laughing, joking. But when he's on his own, he'll lock himself in his room and cry. So we as parents, especially when they're certain age, they don't want you invading in their rooms and going to their rooms, and they spend a lot of time in their rooms. You just think your child is happy, but they're not.
Because when they come down for dinner,
they're happy, they're laughing, they're pretending. Now I can look back and I'm thinking he was acting all along. I just want to save one person if I can. It's impossible to save the whole planet, but we should talk about it. I don't want my young children going through school, secondary school. Maybe they're feeling low, they're feeling sad, maybe they're not happy, they're not okay, they don't want to come home and talk with me, and they have no one to talk to. It should be included in school's curriculum. There should be somebody, a matron, somebody you can go and talk to at school and say, I'm not well, it's confidential, don't tell my parents, but I need to talk to somebody.
Hello, good morning, and a warm welcome to LNS. My name is Lynn Ngugi, coming to you straight from Welling, South London. And today, as you can see, I'm as casual as it gets. Guys, this weather is amazing, and I said I have to match the weather. But most importantly, my guest is the bravest, and today she says she wants to share her story so that she can create awareness around suicide and make sure that it's on the curriculum when it comes to schools around. So I don't want to spoil, or I don't want to go much into her story. So without further ado, please allow me to let her introduce herself. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank
Mambo
you.
Cindy?
Poa.
Uko poa?
Yeah.
Kabisa? Ebu salimia watu.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can tell them your name.
My name is Cindy.
Yeah.
Sean's mom.
Yeah.
Or Mama Sean.
Yeah. Mama Sean.
Yes.
You have a tattoo here.
Yeah.
That's very beautiful. Mama Sean.
Yes.
When did you get that?
I got this done when I was in Kenya, in Ngugi.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 2021.
Oh, 2021?
Yes.
Why was it so important for you to get that done there?
So, Sean, I lost my son Sean, my eldest child, in 2020.
Yeah.
And I was going crazy about losing a child, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
And I decided I just wanted to go away. So I went to Kenya. And while I was in Kenya, I was stuck in Kenya for 8 months during lockdown.
Yeah.
So I needed to do something. And one of them was like seeing Mount Kenya, visiting the local tattoo shop.
Yes.
And then I decided to have a tattoo saying Mama Sean.
Mama Sean. So are we allowed, for the purpose of this interview, to refer you to as Mama Sean?
You can. That would be very proud.
That
yes.
would be, yes. So
Mama Sean, because he's my eldest child.
Yeah. So
he was.
He was. He still is.
He still is.
He still is.
Yeah.
And I know today is a special day for you in a way. It's painful and also special because you get to remember your son. And if you could tell our audience what today means.
Today is the 13th of October, 2022. Sean died on the 13th of October, 2020. So today is the second anniversary.
I know asking you how you are right now is pointless, but deep down, if someone was just to ask, how are you, what would you say?
Alive. I don't know how. I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
Every day is a different day. Every day hurts, but different kind of pain as time goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen your garden. You have a couple of skuma wiki.
Yes.
Nice plants around. I saw you, we were earlier on cracking jokes, and I was just looking at you, and I was like, in the midst of this pain, where does this woman find her joy? Where do you find your joy?
My joy, my biggest joy is
Yeah.
knowing what Sean would want me to do, which is, Mom, be strong, live your life. You've got Coco, you've got Noah
Yeah.
to take care of.
Yeah.
And that's what that keeps me going every day when I'm feeling really down, or every day when I've been very suicidal myself. I keep asking myself, what would Sean want? And those are the answers always. Sean wants you to be strong, keep going. Yeah.
Okay, and it's good that we are talking about Sean, but my audience are wondering, Lynn, who is Sean? What happened to Sean, and how did we even get to doing this interview? So maybe if you could just take us through your story. You're from Kenya. Maybe just give us a bit of your background, and then definitely Sean's livelihood, a childhood journey, and the events leading to his death.
Yeah, so I was born in Kenya.
Yeah.
I come from divorced family.
Yeah.
So when I was about 11, I was adopted.
Yes.
And that's how I ended up in England.
Yeah.
Me and Sean's dad met at work.
Yeah.
We were both very young.
Yeah.
I was like 19, he was like 17, just young love.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we thought we knew everything. And everybody was like, oh, you're young, you should be doing this, don't be doing this. And we just didn't want to know. And as a result of that, Sean came along.
How was it like when you found out, man, I'm gonna be a mom?
I was so excited. I didn't care how old I was. I remember writing letters to most people that I thought were important to me.
Yeah.
And I knew they'll probably say, oh, you're too young. You're too young. And then my letter was like, dear so-and-so, I am pregnant. And before you say anything, I'm keeping it.
Period.
I want this baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was the feedback like?
It was just positive. It was like, wow, you've made it very clear. Yes, keep your baby. Yeah.
Just keep your baby. No,
just
congratulations.
Keep your baby. Congratulations. We'll be there. We'll support you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you feel the support, or was it just like, we'll support you? Because sometimes when you're pregnant, people want to say they're going to support you, but then the more the months go, the more you find out that you're alone. So did you feel the support?
I did feel the support, but I was so in love with my pregnancy.
Yeah.
That I was only bothered with my pregnancy and my baby daddy. That's it. Nobody else mattered.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a good pregnancy. Sean was born in the summer. I remember summer 1998. It was so hot. Yeah. It was born on the 27th. And yeah, I was very happy mom with a very happy, healthy baby.
And now take us through the childhood journey.
The childhood was good. It was me, mom, dad, and Sean. He was our only child.
Yeah.
He was my only child for the first 13 years of his life.
Yeah.
He was spoiled rotten. He was loved. He's still loved. There was pictures of him everywhere being the only child. He was a good kid. When he was about age 5, because of he was very intelligent, so he was diagnosed with a high functioning autism. Back then, I didn't even know what's autism, what's autistic. I didn't even know. You don't know these things.
Yeah.
Being from Kenya, those things we don't even hear it. It's probably just come out now.
Yes.
But back then, I was like trying to say to people, what's autism? They're like, what? Is there such thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was diagnosed with high functioning, which means he was very intelligent. His IQ was something else.
Yeah.
I could not measure up to.
Yes.
Yeah.
He used to like disturb you a lot before you figured him out.
Oh, yeah. Before I figured him out, actually it was his grandmother that picked up.
Yeah.
Now the dad's mom.
Yes.
Then this kid is too clever. There's something. And I kept saying, oh, there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's
He's just
nothing.
clever.
He's
These are
just
my
clever.
genes.
He's just clever. Yeah.
He's like me.
Yeah. And then he was diagnosed with it was between Asperger's or a high functioning autism.
Is this something that continued within the years?
This is something that you live with for the rest of your life. You're born with, I remember telling him, just be proud. It's like, if you're gay, be proud of who you are.
Yeah.
If you've got autism, be proud.
Yeah.
This is who you are. You're
Yeah.
born this way.
Yeah.
And it's not an illness. It's just they're wired differently. They think differently.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So his time in school, was it different from other kids?
His time in school was very different from other kids. I
Yeah.
could not get him to do his homework.
Really?
He would sit there and argue and argue. He doesn't see the point of doing homework. He was not really academic.
Yeah.
But he was a very intelligent person. Yeah.
And as a teenage, because sometimes, man, the more they grow, the more they trouble and they're in a space where they want to explore. But mom is like, no, you can't do that. I gave birth to you. Don't even talk to me like that. What kind of a child, what kind of a teenage was he?
He was the most wonderful teenager. I've never had problem with Sean. He's never drunk alcohol. He's never smoked. He's never had any trouble with the law. Absolutely wonderful child.
Really?
The best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girlfriends?
Girlfriend, I was never allowed to ask about that.
Oh, wow.
It
Why?
was like forbidden, taboo. Mom, don't ask me.
Why?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
None of your business.
None
Mom.
of your business. No, have I ever asked you about your boyfriend?
Hey!
Your past boyfriend? How many boyfriends you've had? Why are you asking me?
Yeah, move on.
Move on. So
Yeah.
he was very secretive person. He was very private, really private. It was difficult to know what he's thinking or what he's planning or anything about him. Was really difficult to know. It was very private.
So he had an amazing relationship with you. How about with his dad?
They had a very amazing relationship and
Yeah.
very different because
Yes.
I lived with him. I lived with Sean and his dad lived somewhere else with another family.
Or
But I
he
would
moved,
say,
you broke up?
yeah, we did break up, we divorced. And
Yeah.
then I
How
would
old was
say-
Sean
Sean was about 6.
when you guys divorced?
Yeah, because we were so young.
Yeah.
And then also having a baby, the responsibilities
Yes.
and everything. And then we just grew apart.
Yeah. Can
But
I
we were both in the child's life
Yeah.
to the end.
till the end? Did he ask questions like, Mom, why are you divorcing?
Oh my goodness, yeah. It's one of the worst things that can happen to a child.
Yeah.
He used to ask me all the time, right until after when he was 22 years. He just never understood why his parents play up.
Okay. What are some of the answers you would give him?
I used to say, because he would go on and on about it. Sometimes I'll just say, oh, don't ask me, ask your dad.
Oh yeah, just go ask your dad.
Just go ask your dad.
Yeah.
And I would explain, and then a few months later, he'll come back with the same question.
Yeah.
And the most important thing was for him to know he's loved, and he was made out of love.
Yeah.
And he was so wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and now during because I want to get to the events that led us to this day, but did you ever notice anything, any changes? Was he in pain?
I never noticed anything. He was just happy as Larry, happy child. In fact, I would say maybe 12 days before he died, he was the happiest he's ever been. For some reason, that's when you see a lot of smile. Apparently, you all the time you hear, oh, they were really happy or they were doing so well
Yeah.
before they died or something. He was really happy.
Yeah. Okay.
I remember last time I saw him, it was on the 12th of October. And he was just on the stairs, happy, doing his magic. He was really into magic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And he was practicing magic because his sister's birthday was coming.
Hold both your hands over the car case, please, and guard it well for the meantime. I command you to swap locations. Remove your hands from the case, please.
So he died exactly on the 13th, 8 days after his brother's birthday and 8 days before his sister's birthday. But he wanted to do some magic tricks for the birthday coming.
Yeah.
And I saw him on the stairs. He was just happy. I was in a rush because I'm going to work, which I regret. I wish I'd stayed a bit longer. If I'd known, that would be the last time I'll ever see him. And I just remember saying, oh, good night, Sean. I'll see you tomorrow. Love you. I've got to go. I'm getting up early. And he just said, good night. Love you, Mom. And that's the last conversation and the last time I saw him.
And the last I love you?
That night.
That night?
That night.
That was on which day of the week?
It was Tuesday, I think. Was it Tuesday?
Yeah. But it was on the 12th.
Yeah,
then.
it was on the 12th of October.
Okay.
2020. So
It's okay. Then what happened on the 13th?
on the 13th, it's so weird. I was at work. And I just remember feeling just awful, feeling sad, feeling depressed. I was crying. I was not concentrating. Everything I try and do my job, I'm not doing it right. And I'm getting it wrong. And I just remember saying to my assistant manager, who's my friend also, and my manager that, oh, I don't want to be here. I want to go home. And then my manager was like, why do you want to go home? What's going on? I was just like, I don't feel well. I'm not feeling well. And I just grabbed my bag. And I just walked out, and he was like, I need to see the letter from the doctor. And I just said, yeah, I'm going to see the GP. And I just left. So I was at home, being a mom, you know, trying to make dinner for my kids. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do for Sean, you know, when he comes in, blah, blah. And then there was a knock on the door. Police officers. And I was like, oh my goodness, because in London there's so many stabbings. I just thought, oh, has my child been stabbed? Why is the police in my house? And they wouldn't tell me anything. They were just like, we need you to come with us. And then either they said it's about Sean, or I said, is it a Sean? They told me, yeah, we need to go. And I just remember ringing his dad, because his dad is a police officer as well. Say, you people are here. It's about Sean. I don't know what's going on. Can you meet me in hospital? Yeah. And I was taken to the hospital. And I remember just seeing so many doctors, like 20. And I thought, why is there so many doctors in one room? You know, one dressed in their blue gears, mask, everything. And then I was taken to the visitors' room, and 5 doctors approached me. And I just asked them, is Sean dead? I could see in their face the way they were coming towards me. So I'm the one who shouted out like, is Sean dead? And each 5 of them just nodded their heads. Yeah.
Were you alone?
I was alone. Sean's dad was in his way. Yeah. And I just remember, I get flashbacks. I don't know whether I fainted or I would collapse. I do get a bit of flashbacks, but I don't know exactly what happened. I just remember Sean's dad coming, and I just said, Sean is dead. And we just said, we want to see our child. They were like, oh, we haven't cleaned him, we haven't done it. I was like, I don't care. I don't care. That's my baby. Show me my baby. You're telling me my child is dead. I want to see my baby. So we were taken to the room. He was lying there. He had pipes in his mouth. We were shocked. I kept touching his pulse, and I kept saying to the dad, I think these doctors are wrong. I think he's alive. I can feel a pulse. And his dad was saying to me, oh no, there is no pulse. He's actually gone. And I'm like, no, he's not dead.
What state was he in?
He looked really peaceful, very handsome. It was difficult to understand what's going on, because he just looked lovely, like he was sleeping, although he had pipes. I decided to remove everything, and then I saw it's been cut up, open from there to there. And I was like, why is my child cut like this? What's going on? And then that's when we were told they operated on him. They tried their very best to bring him back, but it was unsuccessful, and he died. And that's when we find out that he'd committed suicide.
That was obviously hard for you.
Yeah. It's your worst nightmare come true. It's the most painful thing. It's something you don't even want to wish the person you hate the most in the world. Yeah. And I denied. I said my child couldn't kill himself. I totally argued with the police. I argued with everybody. I said, no way. Sean would never kill himself. He will never do that. And I was like, I was with him yesterday. He was happy. Every day is happy. And now you're telling me he's killed himself. This doesn't make sense. And they're telling me, yes, ma'am, he did. And I told the police, well, if he did, I need proof. So the police told me they have everything on CCTV. And I told the police, I need to see it. Seeing is believing. I said, my child is happy. Either it's been accident or he's been pushed or something. There's no way he'll kill himself. So I was given the copy of the CCTV.
What was in it?
The copy of CCTV. You see Sean is arriving. His favorite hangout was in Stratford, Westfield.
Where we went earlier.
Where we went today. Where I took to show you today.
Yeah.
And you see him arriving. He's just happy. He's dressed nicely. You know, he's got his Jordan shoes. He was just so smartly dressed as usual. No signs of anything. And you can see him walking around, just looking at his phone and walking around. And then there was part of the CCTV that you actually see him standing and looking up and looking down. He's measuring his distance, thinking like, maybe if I fall here, maybe I'm not gonna die. Let me look for the highest place. So you can see him walking around, and then he enters John Lewis store department. And you just see him running up the escalator where I was showing you, right to the top floor, and he just jumped to his death.
Wow.
It would appear to us, what we figured out, he was trying to make sure as well, when he lands, not to land on anybody. So it was during lockdown, so there was not many people out shopping. But he did manage to make sure where he falls, he's not going to land on anybody but himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that whole floor broke.
He fell down. It was very difficult watching it because I've never seen anybody dead. I've never seen anyone killing themselves. And the person I'm looking is actually my child. My child, I want to scream at the screen, please stop, don't do this, don't jump, but it's too late. And then you just see his body fall on the floor and his body just bounce, and then that's it. Around that time, there was apparently a doctor somewhere, and he came and he just touched him and he said, he's gone. So my comfort is he didn't suffer. He wasn't in any pain. It happened very fast. But that's my only comfort, that he wasn't in pain. But I'm the one now who is in pain. I live with the pain.
Yeah. Talk to me about your pain.
The pain is horrible. It doesn't go away. Every day is different. Some days you're really angry. You're cursing. You hate God. You hate life. You hate everybody. You feel like you've been discriminated by God. Why me? Why just me? Why my child? My child was a wonderful kid. Never did anyone wrong. Am I not a good mother? Why didn't I notice my child was not okay?
Watch carefully as I be completely still. If you look closely, only the ring is moving and nothing else. Yeah. Someday it'll go quicker than that. Someday. But for now it wants to be slow. Yes.
Why didn't I not offer him help? That's how I deal with my pain every day. It's painful. You don't want to lose anyone you love, let alone the child you so wanted and carried for months and months and months.
Yeah.
And then you never ever expect to bury your child. And now you're here, you're looking at your child and you're dead. I'm touching the body. The limbs are just moving. Everything was just a shock. I saw him when he was alive. Now I see him when he's not breathing. His body is different. There's no life to it. You just pick, you hold his hand, he just drops it. I just saw horrible things I'd never seen before in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you have to break that to his siblings as well.
I don't even know how I told anybody he's dead. I was just direct. I didn't have those things, sit down or whatever. I rang Mark and I just said Sean's dead. I rang my brothers and I just said Sean's dead. Yeah. And I don't even know, I can't remember exactly how the children found out. I remember at first I didn't want the children to know he's killed himself because I was very ashamed. My child's killed himself. People are going to think maybe it's to do with me. Maybe I'm a bad mom. I didn't want anybody to know it's suicide. So I was hiding it. But before I knew it, he was already on Instagram. So my brother had posted it on Instagram, and my brother told me, please do not be ashamed. Do not be ashamed. Don't hide that fact that he killed himself. People need to know. People need to know. You have to talk about it. You have to spread the awareness and let everybody know this can happen to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that was what people were saying.
Yeah.
To you, when did you know it's time for me to speak about it and not be ashamed about it?
I'm a proud mom and I love my kids.
Yes.
I always talk about my children and I talk about all three of them every single day.
Yeah.
There's never been one day I've not spoken about Sean. My mom, she's a bit opposite of me. She'll be like, oh, don't say it. Oh, nyamaza. But I'm like, no, this is my child. I'll talk about my child every single day until the day I'll go. Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned, how could I have not seen that he was not okay? How could I not have seen that he was struggling with something? Do you think he was struggling with something? And what makes you think you missed it?
He was struggling a lot. He was depressed. He did not love himself. He hated life. He didn't see the point of being on this planet.
Would he tell you that?
He recorded it all on himself on his phone. That is when I found out, oh my God, my child was not well and I had no clue. He would just come downstairs. I'm like, you okay? He'll be like, yeah, I'm fine, Mom. He'll be laughing, joking. But when he's on his own, he'll lock himself in his room and cry. So we as parents, especially when they're certain age, they don't want you invading in their rooms and going to their rooms, and they spend a lot of time in their rooms. You just think your child is happy, but they're not.
Because when they come down for dinner,
they're happy, they're laughing, they're pretending. Now I can look back and I'm thinking he was acting all along.
He recorded on his phone.
He recorded on his phone how much he hated life. And he didn't see the point of being here. And he had no one to talk to. So he was talking to himself and he was keeping it to himself. None of his friends knew. Nobody knew. I was clueless. Yeah. If it wasn't for this phone and the CCTV, I would have never,
You would have been in denial.
I would have been in denial for the rest of my life.
Yeah. And then there's that part. Don't say it, because when you say it, this is such a shame. Don't say it, especially a lot of people. They don't want other people to know, my child, my mom, my dad died of suicide, and you are here speaking about it. Why did you make that decision?
Well, my daughter, she did hear it because people were whispering everywhere. Like, oh, that kid, oh my God, I can't believe he jumped. I can't do this. So my daughter knew before I even opened up. And I told my daughter, let's not tell the younger one, because I didn't want the younger one to know, oh my God, this people can actually do this. You know, people can actually kill themselves. So we did lie to my younger one that there was an accident. My younger one only found out when I was talking to Lydia Tetrolette.
Our Lydia.
Yeah, Lydia. And that's when I said to, that's when my son found out, oh my God, my brother killed himself. And he was like, Mommy, why did you lie to me? Why did you lie? So yeah, now they know it was suicide.
Yeah. Are you proud you said the truth?
I'm very proud I said the truth. There is no point of lying to anybody, to children, to anybody. The children are very, very understanding, more than we could ever know.
Yeah.
I do worry that I did not want my children to know, actually, you can harm yourself. Because sometimes when my daughter is she's in her room and she's locked the door, I go through panic attacks. Oh my God, she's locked herself. Open the door, because I'm worried. What if the history is going to repeat itself? So I live in a paranoid world. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want the children to know you can actually kill yourself. But yeah, they do know.
How are they taking it?
They're doing okay. Mm. I wish we had more lessons on suicide at schools. Mm-hmm. Spread the awareness better. And children should know it's okay not to be okay. Mm-hmm. Nobody's perfect. If you're not feeling okay, it's okay. Just talk to somebody. Mm-hmm. If you're not feeling like being in here, it's still okay. Mm-hmm. Say something. Yeah. If you don't want to tell your parents or your friends because you don't want to worry them, there should be somewhere somebody can go on private and confidential. Mm-hmm. If the school teaches them, when you're feeling certain way, you can reach out to maybe Samaritans or someone. Because I'm sure Sean died without knowing actually there's help there, or you can call somebody and talk to them about your feelings. So that's why I think it's very important. Yes, children should be told about suicidal thoughts because the suicide rate is really high. Yeah. When we went today in Stratford, I was speaking with the security. And I wanted to know if he remembers hearing about Sean's death. So I just said, do you remember there was a boy that killed himself here? And he was like, it happens all the time. Which one? I was like, what? So there's been more deaths in the same place after my Sean. Mm. I had to tell him, yeah, it was on the 13th, 2020. And he was like, yes, I remember the boy in John Lewis. And then he told me there's been other deaths since. Mm.
The suicide rate is high.
The suicide rate is horrible. It's big. It's crazy. Mm.
And you are creating awareness right now.
We are creating awareness, not just me. I've come across many parents who are going through the same problem as me, the same loss. The awareness is really big out there at the moment. We've been doing spreading awareness with the 3 Dots Walking. That's in the UK. Most people in England, they've heard of 3 Dots Walking. Yeah. We also gave an interview with the BBC Radio. Yes. We've got the petition of the numbers that we wanted. But please, everybody, if you go to Facebook and you click 3 Dots Walking, you will see our suicide petition there. Just sign that it should be included in school curriculum.
Because it's important.
Because it's important. We're losing the future generation like crazy.
Yeah, like crazy.
Like crazy.
Yeah.
It's dominated by boys, but there's girls in there too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I know you've gone deeper and you've done your research, is it very high among the youths?
It's very high between actually 35 years and under.
And below.
20s is the ones. There's something between 20, 21, 22, there, 23. I mean, they say your brain doesn't stop growing until you're like 25. Yeah. So that is a very dangerous age. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
the youngest one we've had on suicide in the papyrus, prevention of young suicide, is aged 2 11-year-olds. 11-year-olds, why would you be thinking of death and killing yourself? You should be out there playing. kicking a ball, playing with dolls, being a child, not thinking, I don't want to be in this place anymore. I want to kill myself. I want to die. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you choose to remember this day? And I know it was very important for you to take us to that place. And I was really scared because I did not know how, like, the feelings you get whenever you go to that place. So just thank you for even wanting us to be part of it. But how else do you choose to remember this day?
This day, it's a bit so sweet for me. You know, just last week I was celebrating my other child's birthday. Today I'm celebrating the life of my child that I lost. Next 8 days is my other daughter's birthday. So I'm like in and out of happiness, sorrow, sadness, sorrow, and life and death, they go together. So these two, my son was born, my other child died, and another one born. So for me, life and death, they go together.
Yeah.
They're related.
Yeah.
That's how I cope.
What keeps you going?
Some people say, oh, at least you have other two kids. There's nothing to do with at least having other kids.
No.
You can have
I just
100
think
children.
I think people need to stop saying that.
Yeah. You can have 100 children, and if one of them dies, those 99 kids cannot replace that one child. What keeps me going, in God, honestly, it's not even my children. It's Sean himself. He's the one that keeps me going, because I know exactly what he'd want me to do. Yeah. When I lost Sean, I was very suicidal. I actually tried killing myself a few times. I tried jumping off the window. I got very drunk and I got into my car and I crashed my car. And I was just thinking, I need to die and just need to be my son. Because I was like, I've known this person for 22 years. These two, they're new. I don't know them that long. I want to be with my child, the person I was with the longest. And the only reason I've always been scared to end it all is the fear of what would Sean want me to do. Will Sean be happy to welcome me? Oh, ma'am, welcome, come and join me. Or he will probably reject me from the other side. Mom, I didn't want you to leave my siblings. I wanted you to carry on and take care of my siblings. So when I think that, that's when I'm like, this is what Sean would want me to do.
Keep fighting.
So I only go with what does Sean want more than what does anybody else want.
Do you feel supported?
Yeah, I do feel supported. Yeah.
Talk to me about your support system.
Well, after the funeral, usually everybody disappears for some unknown reason. People have to move on.
Yeah.
They have to carry on with their lives.
Yes.
But I have this our community. I'm in this community now of suicide parents. We need each other. And we're there for each other and we support each other.
Wow. So it's very important for someone to be in a support system.
It's very important, especially in a support system where somebody knows your pain. Not just, oh, I can only imagine, or I sympathize, or I empathize. They actually know your pain.
They know your pain. From your findings, why are the rates so high, especially in England?
It's the society. They're saying our children are mentally ill, things like that, but it's the society that's creating all that. The media, internet is the best, yes, the worst thing ever invented. The suicide now, like 50 years ago, it wasn't anything like this. You could maybe hear it one person a year. Now it's like one person every 2 hours. What's going on with the society we live in? There's something not right. And there's something stopping our children from opening up and talking because they don't want to worry their parents and they have no one else to go to. So they keep it to themselves. And then they're like, I've had enough, I'm out.
Yeah.
And that's too late.
And that's too late.
Yeah.
Yes. Lots of discrimination around. Did he feel that?
No, he didn't experience any discrimination.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. He's never told me. He never told me.
Yeah.
But he was a happy person. He had lots of friends.
And I know something.
And he was very handsome.
Oh yes, yeah, he was. He was very handsome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're brave too. You're still here and you're fighting.
I'm still here, I'm fighting, because for me, it's not about saving the planet. It's just saving one person. If it's gonna take one person to go through, like, oh my God, I'm not well, I don't feel okay, but I'm gonna talk to somebody.
Talk to someone who is watching right now and they're in the midst of should I not? Should I not? What would you want to tell them?
I would say you're not alone and you're not the only one feeling like that. So don't worry in case you feel, oh my God, am I weird? Am I strange? Why am I feeling like this? And then be shy. Don't open up. No, please talk to somebody. If you cannot talk to your mom, your dad, your best mate, just talk to your neighbor, talk to your teacher. Mm-hmm. In England, we've got a Samaritan's line. Pick up the phone, call Samaritans. But they don't teach children that at school. Like, oh, there's actually a number you can call if you're feeling really down and suicidal. Call Samaritans. Call the Papyrus Prevention, Prevention of Young Suicide.
Yeah.
There's places you can call. Just ring somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ring somebody.
Yeah, talk to somebody.
Yeah, talk.
Because it's okay not to be okay. Nobody in this world is perfect. And you can get help.
You can get help.
You can get help.
And that's important.
And that's important. Because a lot of time with these people, what we find out, they kill themselves because they feel like they've no, otherwise, there's no end where else to turn. This is the end. But it's not. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah. You said earlier you felt like you were a bad mom. How do you feel now?
I know 100% I wasn't a bad mom.
Yeah.
And I know Sean's dad had nothing to do with me. He told me he loves me every day.
Yeah.
And I miss that. I want to make my son proud. I just want to save one person if I can. It's impossible to save the whole planet. But we should talk about it. I don't want my young children going through school, secondary school. Maybe they're feeling low, they're feeling sad, maybe they're not happy, they're not okay, they don't want to come home and talk with me.
Yeah.
And they have no one to talk to.
Yeah.
It should be included in school's curriculum. There should be somebody, a matron, somebody you can go and talk to at school and say, I'm not well, it's confidential, don't tell my parents. But I need to talk to somebody.
And it's not there.
It's not there.
Really?
It's not there.
At all, at all?
At all, at all. If you're over 18 and you've got any kind of mental illness, bipolar, any mental disorders or anything, and you're over 18, you go to see the doctor, your parents are not allowed to come in, and you're 18. And you've got mental disability and mental issues. That also should change. If anybody under the age of 25 has any disorders, mental issues, anything, parents should be involved, because that's when they don't come home and tell you, oh, by the way, I went and saw my doctor and I told my doctor that I want to kill myself or I'm sick. They don't. They keep it to themselves. And then maybe the doctors are very aware this child is depressed, but it's confidential. They don't tell us. Mm-hmm. They should contact the schools. They should contact the parents and say, your child is not well. The doctors there should be something out there that spreads awareness. It should be from the doctor, the teachers.
Yes. Yeah. And I've seen inside the house, his memory still remains.
His memory is everywhere. His memory is everywhere. Every single day.
Yeah.
He's loved.
Amen.
I regret the fact that I probably didn't show him as much that I love him when he was alive like I do now. But definitely 100% he knows how much mommy loves him.
100%.
He's loved. Yeah.
I don't want to say he's listening. I don't know. Even me, I honestly don't know what happens after this. But if there was a possibility he could hear you right now, what would you want him to know?
I would want him to know that I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud of who he was. He was a very intelligent person. I never knew he read so many books. By the time he died, he'd read 800 books.
How did you know?
Because each book he reads, he's a tidy person. He's got this thing. Reads, puts it on a note. Done.
Wow.
Done. And it's 1 to 800. So I'm very, very, very proud of him. And I love him and I miss him dearly.
Dearly. What would you like to tell yourself?
I would like to tell myself I had 22 great years with my son. I should try and celebrate those 22 years more often than cry all the time that he's gone. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That I can familiar myself with that 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a lot stronger. And he's made me a very strong person than I ever was in my life.
Yeah. Do you feel relieved the more you speak it out? The more you create awareness?
Yeah, you feel a bit relieved. Yeah. Pain is always going to be there. It's hard to know when does it get easier, because for me, it's the second anniversary is harder than the first. Because the first one, you're just in shock. It's not sunk in. The second one, yes, it's sunk in. Really, this is really, your child is not coming back.
Yeah. And we never know about the third one.
Never know.
Yeah. Let me ask you, Cindy, why was it really important for you to share this story?
It's very important for me to share this story because what I went through, what I've experienced, it's just something I would never want anybody to go through. It's awful. Burying your child, it's the worst nightmare. Especially if your child wasn't physically ill. You're laughing with them.
Every single day.
Every single day, you're laughing with them. They look happy. And then there's a knock, your child is dead. It's just shock. If I was prepared and I know my child has cancer or illness or something, it's a different kind of grief as well. Because you're thinking, oh, I don't want to see them suffering like that.
Yeah.
But with this one, it just comes from out of nowhere. So you're in shock. You're,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The plants around, the skooma. This is your therapy.
They do help me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you eat them.
I eat them, yeah.
You plant those.
I plant those.
And you take care of them.
I take care of them myself.
Yeah. Do you listen?
That's my shamba.
This is your shamba. This is your shamba.
That's my shamba, yeah.
Yeah. That's your shamba. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
And you are beautiful.
Thank you.
And as I said earlier, you are such a brave mom.
Thank you.
And you are a good mom.
Thank you.
And thank you for not keeping quiet, because I know so many people are actually watching and they are like, they lost their loved one, but they can't say how they lost their loved one because the society we live in is so judgmental.
Yeah.
People whisper and they be like, I knew something was wrong with that family. That's why the kid did what, but now just the more we speak about it, the more awareness we raise, the more awareness we raise. So thank you for just being so brave and sharing this story.
Yeah.
And as you said, Sean was handsome.
He was handsome.
He is handsome. Yeah, he is handsome. And I hope when you come back home, we can just, you can actually just visit.
Sean loved Kenya, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was his favorite destination.
Yeah, what did he love there?
I don't know. Maybe the girls. I don't know. Yeah, but he loved Kenyan girls so much.
He loved Kenyan girls. Nilijua huyo
women.
alikuwa wetu. That was ours.
Yeah.
Huyo ni wetu.
He was there in 2018.
Yeah.
With his uncles, and they had a great time.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. It's beautiful to know he came.
Yeah.
It's beautiful to know he loved home.
Yeah, he went to places I've never been.
Hey, but it's nice now.
Yeah.
To know that he actually, that just made me really happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know we have a great community back home.
Yeah.
And if we added to his happiness, then
yes.
Yeah, all good. I want to wind up. But as you've said, you're creating awareness.
Yes.
Do you have a website for that? If other people would like to get hold of you, how best can they reach you to create awareness together?
So my Facebook is Cindy J. Lawrence.
Yes.
Or you can also find me in www. skd2020.com.
Yeah. .com.
And if you want to support our petition,
Yes.
please just go on Facebook and type 3 Dads Walking.
I'm gonna put it
And
here
you
on
will
the screen.
see
Yeah.
a petition
Yes.
for prevention of suicide. Please, we need 100,000 of signatures.
Yeah. For
Let's reach 1 million. Why not?
why why not?
Yeah.
Like why not? What would be your parting shot to our people here and also back at home?
First of all, I'd like to say thank you so much to the Kenyan community.
Yeah.
They've really supported me. I don't know what I would have done, without the Kenyan community. So thank you. They know themselves. Lydia, Taisolet, and now Lynn Ngugi and your people. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
And for helping me spread this awareness, because it's very important to me that people know suicide is out there. It can happen to anybody. So let's just spread the awareness and push for that school curriculum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Lynn.
I just feel like I wanna chill here and have a conversation.
Please do.
Till the end. I love your garden.
Thank you.
I love how warm you are. I love how warm your husband is.
Yeah.
He helped us crack some few jokes here and there.
Yeah.
And we know it was so necessary that we laughed in between before we started this conversation. You have an amazing family.
Thank you.
You have an amazing family, Mama Sean.
Asante.
And may peace be upon you.
Thank you very much.
I won't tell you you will be okay. I don't tell people that anymore. But I know deep down, just keep fighting. And you never know. I won't tell you it is well. Someone told me, you shouldn't tell grieving people who have lost their loved one, it's well. It's not well.
They love putting that message, especially Kenyans there. It is well.
It is not well,
It is well.
And I know they say it because they don't know it, but it's just like, it's not well. It's obviously never going to be well, But as you grieve, may peace be upon you.
Thank you very much.
May peace be upon you, and people remember Sean for the beautiful boy he was.
Yes.
Yes, for the beautiful boy he was.
Yeah.
The one that loved reading. The
Yes.
one that loved his mom. The one that loved his siblings. The one
Yes.
that loved his dad. May people remember him that way. I don't know how I would have done this if I were in your shoes. It takes a lot for someone who has lost a loved one to see it and say, it happened to me. But I'm speaking so that one soul, just one, and trust you me, today so many souls will be saved just because you spoke. I wouldn't have done this if I were you. I will not lie to you. I don't know where you get your strength from, but as I said earlier, may peace be upon you.
Thank you so much.
And there's no shame in your story. There's
Thank
no
you.
shame in your story, Mama Sean.
Yeah.
And I love your voice. I asked you earlier if you sing,
No,
but
I
since you
don't.
don't, but what's your favorite song though?
Huh?
What's your favorite song?
What my favorite song? Oh my.
No, what's your favorite song?
Actually, I don't have any.
You don't have any?
I don't know.
Hatutoki hapa. May have all the
I
time in
don't
London.
know. But you know what?
Yeah.
As soon as we finish up, it'll come to my head.
Now
oh
you
my
see,
God,
oh my God.
This is my favorite
You see, because I'm so
Yeah.
I'm so in Tina Turner's song right now.
I know.
Yeah,
I
I've been singing
noticed.
it the whole day.
Yeah.
And that happens to me when I just get a song that I love.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was just going to test your voice and see if really you can't sing.
I can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
For the life of it.
For the life of it. I've even been tested. People didn't believe. And I was dragged all the way to the front of a big conference in Italy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but this Italian, I'm like, I can't sing. They're like, no, you're black. You can sing Whitney Houston.
People do that! Just because you're black, you can sing. Okay, but then now, I'll just wind up. So the ignorance is not just in me.
No.
We are many. Even in Italy, maybe that's...
And I could sing. I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah, maybe that's what happens. When someone hears your voice at the beginning, they just automatically confuse you.
I was told, and I've been told so many times,
Yeah.
if you ever rob a bank, don't worry about covering your face. Make sure you don't talk.
You see?
Because everybody will remember that voice.
You see,
Yeah.
I'm not the only
Yeah,
one. And
yeah.
I'm not that I am not crazy because I
Yeah.
thought I was crazy. But
I've
when I
been told
heard
that
you, the
long.
first thing I heard was like, "Ah, man, this one can sing."
Imagine.
Ebu jaribu hiyo kitu.
No.
Inaweza fanya kazi. Truthfully.
You'll trust me, you'll be the only one that's maybe a fan of me.
Yeah, and it's me. If I am a fan of you, that's it. Period. Should we wind up?
I'm going for no, thank you.
Do you want us to wind up the conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah, anything you want to add?
No, I'm good.
We good? Yeah, so I'm just going to I've been told you're an amazing chef by your husband.
Really?
Yeah, he says you can cook.
Babe,
Umepika?
sijapika.
Saa tunakula.
Si nitawapikia ugali.
Na nini?
Na ugali na sukuma.
Niache sukuma Kenya nikuje kuzikula huku London. My people here are
But hii ni sukuma ya London bwana. This is our soil.
sukuma ya London. So iko na imepandwa na olive oil.
Imepandwa na olive oil.
Unamwagilianga olive oil. I can't for the life. People here are testing me. People here are testing me. Onze nitoke huko alafu nikuje nikule hii sukuma.
Wow.
Mimi Lynn wa Ngugi. No, my people.
Na githeri, I can make githeri.
Sasa ndio umekosea zaidi. Cindy, let's just wind up this conversation. You know, I was hoping to hear, I can make you some lasagna, I can make you some, you know.
Yeah.
What are these things?
You need to come for dinner before you leave.
What are we gonna have?
When are you leaving? When are you come for dinner?
Well, Lydia, si unilete dinner. Ngoja utafika.
It will be a surprise.
Ona, mi by this time mtu akiniambia niende dinner na uliza utapika. Mi sitaki kufuata nimewekewa chakula zote hapo kideri.
That's why when I saw Lydia taking you to Thatch House, I was like, no. At least go to fish and chip shop.
You felt it?
I felt it.
You felt my pain. Guys, may have to end up because I have to worry about what I'm gonna have for dinner. Not skuma wiki and ugali. I refuse. I love that food, but I refuse. But Cindy, as I said earlier, thank you, Mama, for sharing your story. May peace be upon you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you are deserving of peace, love, and happiness, and may Sean's legacy remain. We are going to celebrate him for being an incredible boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are not going to be ashamed of such conversations. And I'm just happy that you've decided to be the one to spearhead like such conversations. So asante sana. My people, my time here in South London, Welling, South London is over. Me, I have to get out of this cold. Na usikii baridi yoyote? Uko tu sawa?
Umeanza kusikia baridi?
Wewe acha. So if you want to get hold
of tea? To warm you up.
Si ndio naenda kukula ile chakula umepika. Skuli skuma na ugali. So I have to see what Cindy prepared. But anyways, guys, I just want to say thank you for tuning in to today's conversation. Even I know you noticed it was not the easiest for me because, man, I don't know where Cindy gets her strength from. But I also acknowledge among us, among people that are watching, we are all struggling. We are all fighting. And that's why I always say, there's a famous statement you will see when you're scrolling around your social handles. Be kind. Everyone is fighting a battle you have no knowledge about. So just be kind, people. No matter what, just be kind. Your words, I say, words have power. So how you use your words, your actions, just be kind. And also, we need to be a society that speaks about these conversations. Mental wellness is not a joke. And it scares me that even when we have budgets, even when we have policies being set, this is the least talked about conversation around, yet it's one that is affecting so many people. So I am going to ask you to be the change that you want to see. If we are going to have to sign petitions, we have to sign them, because you can see it's not just in Kenya that this is happening. Even in England itself, so many things are happening that we've decided mental wellness is not our first priority, our second priority, or our third priority. We need to make it a priority. But also, if you want to help Mama Sean with the petition, the name is right here on the screen, and she has said even if you Google it, you will be able to. I'll try and get the link for you guys so I can pin it on the comment section below. Her social handles are also here on the screen, where you can find her on Facebook. And also, if you would like to get hold of me, my email is also right there on the screen. Who knows, we could be sitting with you on our next episode of LNS. And I keep saying, you never know where, you never know when. I would not have done this without the amazing support of the Kenyan community here in London, especially our amazing host, Lydia Tet Olet. Lydia, it's very, Lydia is always at the back when we are shooting these conversations, but I'm just happy to hear you've been one of the support system in Mama Sean's life. So kudos to you for that and for so many other things. My incredible team, the legendary camera person and director Edwin Ochieng, and our men's desk host and producer, that's what he does, Joshua J. Karanja. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Our incredible team back at home, we appreciate you. And now we just have to go and see where the rest of this day is going to take us. My name is Lynn. Till next time, bye-bye.